birthday. Count 100,000 in your face. Yeah, then put 300 right in a safe. Met her today. Yeah, she talked to me like she knew me. Yeah, go to sleep in a jacuzzi. Yeah, waking up right to a two-piece. Yeah, counting that paper like loose leaf. Yeah, getting that chicken with blue cheese. Yeah, boy, you so fit like my collar. You snake and I swear to God that be that Gucci. And you know we winning. Yeah, we is not losing.
So this is Migos or Migos or Migos or something around that sort of pronunciation. They're a trio of rappers from Atlanta, Georgia, and they are Quavo, Offset, and Takeoff. So if you think those stage names are unusual, let me tell you what their real names are. Quavo's real name is Quavius K.R.T. Marshall. Offset is Kiari Kendrell Cephas, and Takeoff is Kershnik Kari Ball. Okay, they all are related and they grew up together. They started as a band, hip hop trio in 2008. They released their first album in 2015, and they've had 3 albums since then called Culture, Culture 2, and Culture 3. Hi, my name's Dan. If you know this album, or if you love this album, or if you don't know this album but you've still got something to say about it, please hit me up in the comments down below. I'd love to know your thoughts. And there's a button, I believe it's somewhere in the middle down there. Subscribe. If you hit that, then all sorts of marvellous things happen in your life. So why not do it? Okay. So this was the second album by this trio, and so as a description of it, it's basically a hip-hop album. It's got rapping, it's got some drum beats and some bass sounds and some backing instrument kind of sound stuff. Let's expand that a bit. So the rapping has 2 distinctive things about it. One of them is there's a lot of use of auto-tune, which is interesting. I guess there's bits that are kind of more singing than rapping, but even whilst they're rapping, they're often using auto-tune. And the other one is that sometimes they have a particularly stuttering approach to the rapping, which at least sounds different. The drum beats are very they sound very drum machine-y of a previous era. They're very tinny. I think that's a good description of them. And the bass is basically there's a very kind of deep synth bass, which kind of goes things like that. Very kind of, and you might know what I'm talking about. And then the backing is quite minimal, but sometimes there might be little plinky bits of piano or bits of analog synth sound or kind of pad sounds in there. And it's made a bit more atmospheric by a reasonable use of reverb in there. The content, so this is not my natural dialogue. Look at me. So I can hear some of the words. I can't hear all the words. I can make out some of the meaning. Mostly it strikes me as being particularly misogynistic. There's a lot of swearing. There's some talk about drugs, and there's a lot of boasting, and certainly a certain amount of talking about sex in there. I think one thing that is maybe unlike some other rap albums that I've come across is that maybe there's less talk about gang violence than some other albums. Maybe this isn't gangster rap, so maybe that's why. So, I have to say, this music is not aimed at me. I am a British, middle-aged white guy. So, this isn't my genre, okay? So, it's not coming as a great surprise, probably to you, that I don't like it. So, I don't like the subject matter, first of all, foremost. I've actually struggled to find clips that I can put at the start and the end of this review because I don't want any of the rude words in there, because that's not what I do on my channel. So, that's not great. The The rapping's okay. I don't have an objection to rapping per se. Sometimes there are some rappers that I actually quite like the style of their rapping. This, not bothered one way or the other. But the autotune, I have a kind of fundamental middle-aged objection to this autotune sound. So I don't like it. It winds me up. So what have we got left? We've got the drum beats. So you probably gathered that I didn't like them very much because they're quite tinny. They're not nice grooves that makes me kind of feel, kind of dancey feel to it. The synth bass, I'm not a fan of. So really all that's left is this backing instrument stuff. The score that I've given here reflects the fact that I like a bit of the backing instrument stuff. But pretty much everything else, nah. And to be honest, there's so much of the everything else that I've only listened to this once. I don't think I can face listening to it a second time. So that's it from me for now.
Fresh out the bed, can up the dead, 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 fresh out the bed,